Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of PVT. And I'm back with my main guy, OG Optimus Mel. How we doing, big dog?
We're doing good. We're doing good. The Melon Moot takeover is upon us right now.
Oh, come on now. You know how we do, man. Straight takeovers all day. You feel me? Even though I think it's kind of hard to take over your own show, but hey, we doing it. So
No, it's
fuck
true.
it. Let's go ahead and get it. Um, as you guys know, the Celtics, we're gonna start off with just a few I'm saying, some few basketball topics since I'm watching the Dallas Mavericks beat the shit out of the Timberwolves right now. As we know, the Celtics have swept the Pacers. Mel, early thoughts on the Celtics and how they're looking for the finals?
Um, Celtics look good. I'm still gonna go with my original feelings on this. That this is the Dallas Mavericks championship to lose. Um, I just think that the Celtics they're a good team. Um, I don't believe they're a championship team.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
That actually does make
And
sense.
Jason Tatum got hosed out of Eastern Conference Player. Um, was it the Eastern Conference
Eastern Conference Finals
Finals MVP?
award, yeah, MVP, something like that. The Larry Bird Championship or award.
Right. He got hosed out of that. That was not Jalen Brown did not deserve that. My opinion. My opinion.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, I think just watching the games, I think it could have been either way. I think obviously when you look at it, Jason Tatum he's leader of the team, so he obviously I think he did a lot more, especially when you look at it as far as defensively, right? As far as offensively goes, spacing, what he's doing to help set up his teammates. Um, but yeah, no, I think honestly, I think it can go either way for with both those guys. Both those guys are so dynamic, so just destructive on the offensive side of the ball, especially and on the defense side of the ball. Jalen Brown had a really good defensive showing this series. So yeah, I'm not saying it shouldn't have went to Jason Tatum. Shit, I'm a Duke Blue Devil through and through. So anything that has to do with Duke and my Blue Devils, absolutely, I'm going to support. So I definitely
Well,
think Jason Tatum should have definitely got it.
yeah, I
But at
think
the same
most of
time,
the
I think
time when the motherfucker averaged 30, 10, and 6, um, you normally get that trophy.
yeah, you definitely normally, or you're at least supposed to, right?
You're
Uh,
supposed to anyway.
uh,
And with the defense that he played and stuff like that. But
Yeah, but I think, but at the same time, like I think it's more than that, right? Because when you look at his playmaking, when you look at his facilitation, like he wasn't that's not necessarily his role, but he did a lot of that in this series, especially when you had guys like Drew Holiday that were neutralized, like Derek White that were neutralized and having a hard game. So like Jason Tatum coming in, getting big buckets and big moments, setting up his teammates and setting up his other offensive players and offensive sets to make sure that they're getting buckets in timely minutes. Like I think that's big, other than just playing defense and just scoring the ball like Jason like Jalen Brown is doing. Not taking away from Jalen Brown's ability, but I do think that
no,
Jason Tatum
Jalen Brown
was
he had a
needed a
good
little bit
series
more.
as well.
No,
He had a
definitely,
good
definitely.
series.
I definitely think
Um,
so. How are we thinking about this this finals matchup? Because obviously we know the Dallas Mavericks are going to close out this game. 121-96 right now. So how are we thinking about this this finals matchup going into it? I know you said that this is the Dallas's championship to lose, which I honestly feel the same sentiments just the way that these guys are playing. But how do you think the Celtics will fare against a really stout Dallas defense?
um, the defense, and the biggest reason why I think the Mavericks win this championship outside of Kyrie and Luca, Jason Kidd is coaching his ass off. Like
Man,
he's been making all of the right decisions. He's been all the switches that need to be made, all the corrections that need to be made. He's been making them at the right times, and I really believe this march to the finals for the Mavericks um, is going to cement a lot of things in two people in particular, Kyrie Irving and Jason Kidd.
mm, I think that's
A
big.
lot of people turned their backs on Jason Kidd because of his alcohol problem back in the day and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So the like the Lakers, he was on the Lakers staff and he wanted to be the head coach of the Lakers, and they said his past was a problem, and that's why they didn't make him the head coach. So he went over to Dallas. Mark Cuban made the, he made all the hard decisions. And to put this team together, it's taken them a little while to get here, but they're here now. And Kyrie Irving, same thing. His past people pretty much gave up on him, saying he should retire. And he's not the player he once was. He's not anything without LeBron James and all of it. So to for those two guys, if they can win this championship, a lot of people gonna have egg on their face, in my opinion.
I think that's valid. And I think it's kind of already starting, right? I was watching First Take the other day, and I seen Stephen A. He just sliced of that humble pie. Shout out to our boy Stephen A. But he just sliced of that humble pie when it came to Kyrie, because he was really vocal about a lot of the things that Kyrie Irving was going through at the time. He was dealing with a few deaths in the family. Of course, he was dealing with some injuries, the whole COVID thing, him not wanting to take the shot, which, in my opinion, I thought that was really unfair, because it wasn't just Kyrie that didn't want to take the shot and not get the COVID vaccine. Like, there were a lot of players that were against taking that shot, but the main focus and the spotlight was on Kyrie Irving, and that really turned the whole turmoil thing against him. With the whole book that he posted, and everybody claiming him to be anti-Semitic, and him not even saying like I'm anti-Semitic or anything like that, or even coming out and putting or posting specific parts or specific places or specific parts of the book to make it seem like he's anti-Semitic. He's just posting a book, and everybody takes that and takes a few passages of the book and runs with it, and just makes it seem like he's something that he's not, when we all understand the type of person that Kyrie is. He's about peace. He's about love. He's always been about that. And everybody trying to confuse and tarnish this man's character. So I think that comes from like just a different level of not understanding who this type of person is and his background. But ultimately, I think it's big. Like Mel said, I think it's big, bro. A lot of people are just going to sit back and kind of reflect and realize that this guy, he wasn't who a lot of people try to paint and try to portray him as. And I think a lot of people are gonna owe him an apology. And on the Jason Kidd front, with his drinking, and that's the thing, right? Here's the thing about the drinking, or the extracurriculars, as I like to call them, right? A lot of people will sit up here and try to hold people to a certain standard that you wouldn't hold somebody else to, right? Like, oh, well, he drinks a lot. Bro, y'all, whenever y'all win a party, whenever y'all have a celebration, whenever y'all have no excuse to go out and crack 1,000,001 fucking beers and be taking shots back to back, and y'all be celebrating divorces and shit. I work in a nightclub, so y'all can't lie to me. Y'all can't lie to me. I work in a nightclub. Okay,
I'm in Vegas, and not many just divorced sashes I see women wearing.
Literally,
fucking like
dudes,
niggas don't need a reason to go drink.
Tyrone in the comments, what up, man? You feel me? And that's the thing, like, a lot of people, y'all don't even need an excuse. Like, a lot of y'all come home after a long day of work, or even after a day of work, not even a long day of work, and crack seven beers. You sit your ass on the couch and crack 7 beers. Don't even move. But he has a drinking problem, and it's like, I get it, bro. Like, if y'all want to sit up there and hold him to the antics that of his coaching early on, when he was just starting out coaching, telling players to run into him, spilling water and stuff like that, bet, okay, sure, that's fine. But we live and we learn from that. Obviously, he's
that shit is smart as fuck. I don't care what nobody says.
What? Genius, nigga, run into me right now. You feel me? Oh, I'm gonna drop this water. Oh, spill on the floor. You feel me? That's smart. You feel me? He's taking the shit that he knows
as
a player, and putting it in as a coach, and like, yeah, nigga, let me build some time. So, like, just with all the narratives around these people, like, I just wish everybody would just be quiet and let these people just play basketball and coach. And I understand that with social media and how a camera casts a broad light and a broad shadow on everybody, and you seem like now you can't get away with shit nowadays. It's just, I really just wish a lot of people would just be quiet and let these people play basketball. Like y'all said, like y'all told them a few years back, shut up and dribble, right?
Shut up and dribble, man.
Shut up and let him play basketball. But Mel, I got you here. Let me ask you this question. How do you feel the outlook on women's basketball is right now?
Oh, you already look. I think it's dope. I think it's only going to get better. I think the WNBA kind of jumped the gun a little bit, in my personal opinion. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think they should be expanding right now. I
Mm,
think the league should stay as put the way it is and let these teams and these players make money.
kind of
Like,
solidify foundation.
right, like let the girls, because a lot of the older girls that are playing women that are playing currently, they're not gonna be in the league in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like this league is going to get faster, it's going to get younger, it's going to be more explosive. So those, the Tarasis and all of them, y'all gonna have to get up out the paint because those other, the girls that are in college right now, they're claiming spots. They're
They
taking
coming.
spots.
They coming. And even the rookies, like you see a
Mhm.
lot of these rookies that have been inserted in the starting line, like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, even Rakia Jackson. She's starting to get started
Mhm.
minutes now. Like these young girls, they're not playing. Like I know that the first few games, the OGs, the vets of the league, they kind of tried to like set a standard, right? They kind of tried to set a little
Mhm.
standard. I seen it a little bit. They tried to set a little standard. You know what I'm saying? Like we not going for all of that new stuff that y'all trying to throw in our plate right now. But I don't know, these young ballers, they coming out with a different kind of fire. They're like, yeah, no, yes
Yeah,
you are. Yeah, yes you
yeah,
are. You for surely are
and
gonna do all of this.
yeah, and what normally happens in the WNBA, which I find weird, is only seven of the girls or the women that was drafted are currently playing in the WNBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a crazy number considering how many women got drafted.
It really is. It really is. Not to mention 15 out of the 30 that got drafted only made the roster. And I think the Aisha Fair
Right.
just got released.
She just got released like last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of knew she was because of the way the Aces is set up. They got way too many guards, and
Yeah,
she's little. She's not even like a big guard. Um, but that that is going to change very quickly when this new crop comes in, like next year. A lot of those girls are going to make the team.
oh yeah. No, most
They
definitely. Most definitely. A
like
lot of
they're
these
going to have
veterans
to.
will make it.
Like they're going to have to. And the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that, the league is going to get young very quick. It's going to. It's going to get faster. So for everybody who claims that they don't like women's basketball, it's going. What you see in college women's basketball now is going to be the WNBA, but faster
Yep.
because you're going to have every team is going to be LSU, South Carolina, Notre Dame, Stanford is going to be the best of the best on the court.
They're going to be built stout top to bottom, kind of
Yeah,
like the Aces and how Minnesota's looking right now.
right.
Built stout top to bottom. They got great rebounders. They play great defense, and they got shooters, and they got people that can play, make, and facilitate. So
Yep.
I think Mel is definitely on to something with college women's basketball. And I know a lot of these OGs, a lot of these vets, they kind of had, their feelings about these young cats coming in. But y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all gotta be y'all don't have to be on your A game. These young cats ain't playing with y'all, man.
Nah.
They're not
And
playing with y'all, and they're coming at a different level. All right.
yep. The ball handling is going to be better. The shooting is going to be better. The spacing on the court is going to be better. It's going to be a lot different. How we view the WNBA today is not how it's going to look tomorrow.
Definitely, definitely. Who's your rookie of the year right now? Early rookie of the year.
Wow. They're all playing good, but Caitlin still has that in the bag.
Melly Mel.
Welcome, DJ Micah.
Micah B, what's going on?
You know, I'm home now. Long day. It's raining. I got caught in the rain. I'm wet.
I know that Texas weather is crazy. Mom just came from out there. She was out there in Katy, Texas. So she just escaped all of that. You feel me? So I know you're
Yeah.
going through it out there. But DJ Michael B, we are talking a little basketball right now. Got into Celtics Pacers earlier. What are your thoughts about the Celtics sweeping the Pacers?
I don't think anybody is surprised as much as I am because I thought the Boston Celtics always give up a game in a series when they're not supposed to, and they swept them. I don't think Halliburton missing the one game, or I don't remember if he played the last game.
I think he missed two.
He missed all the rest.
He
of
missed
the
the last
two or three.
right?
No, I think the last two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is, it gave TJ McConnell a chance to ball out because TJ McConnell was balling. He looked like he was a superstar. Like
he was playing for a contract.
That too. I just hope he not the next coming of good old Duncan down there in Miami. Huh. But
as long as the Pacers don't say no dumb shit and like he's untouchable, he should be fine.
Yeah. But I mean, we all knew the Celtics was going to win the series. I think everybody felt the Celtics was going to win the series, and the Celtics are back in the finals, and they will be playing, as we all know now, the Mavericks. So,
yep,
definitely. Speaking of the Dallas Mavericks, they just closed out the series. How are we feeling about this Celtics Mavericks matchup going forward?
Man, I don't know how to feel. Luka and Kyrie just look freaking unstoppable. Like, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have cakewalked their way into the finals because somebody was missing on every team when they closed out these series. I mean, they've had a cakewalk. It's not like the year when they went against the Warriors and they were battle tested and the Warriors just had better experience. They literally just cakewalked through the East. Yeah. They had they faced no adversity. Every series, the first series 4-1, second series 4-1, this series 4-0.
Yeah, a lot of injuries that added up. So I think that obviously that definitely played a big part in it, right? First series you get Miami, they have no Jimmy Butler. Second series you get the Cavs, they literally lose half their team in the middle of the series, and then the last series you get Pacers who lose their star player after the first two games. So definitely got that nice high road to the finals, as a lot of people will call it. But I just hope they hold the same energy for the Celtics, like they say, the Warriors. Hey, you guys had 3 finals, 4 finals gifted to you guys because of injuries. Well, Celtics end up winning this finals. There you go. Now, before you jumped in here, DJ, we were talking a little WNBA. How you feeling about the season so far?
The season's been good. I think the season's been good. Caitlin Clark just had her first 30-point game. But man, I don't know who I mean, MVP race is right there. I'm not surprised because people thought Caitlin Clark was really gonna come in and win MVP for the season. But right now, it's a two-headed race between Arike. I don't want to even try to pronounce her last name because she's been balling. I don't think she's flew under the radar, and obviously last year's MVP.
Arike Ogunbowale.
Yeah, boy,
that's it right there.
I think she has like a 40-point game.
It's Asia's,
and that's the ultimate truth right there. Until Asia Wilson says I'm done playing basketball, that's her award to lose right now.
I can feel that.
Shout out to Asia and the Aces. Because then she just grabbed like 30 and 15 last night.
Yeah. Come on, now that's my first baby mama.
That right there just shows how fast people just forget when somebody new comes along and does something. How Caitlin Clark was shooting was like we just saw back in the I think 2010s, early 2010s. We saw Maya Moore just start running through the freaking NCAA, and then a couple of years ago when Asia Wilson was still there, she just started NCAA, and then Asia Wilson ran through the NCAA on a tear her junior and senior season while she was there, and Caitlin comes along and was like, oh, she could shoot threes in the air, but the stats still don't compare to what Asia Wilson and Maya Moore did in college. But shout out to Great White Hope, I guess.
No, it's different, bro. It's different. It's different. Like I don't want to. This is the problem I'm having with people and the criticism of CC is it's not the same. It's not. What she did was crazy. Like we saw the build up to Asia Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Maya Moore had the fanfare and stuff, but she still had like a climb as well. Caitlin Clark was doing this since her freshman year.
It's true.
She's actually been doing it since high school. If you've been paying attention to that recruiting class, like that recruiting class was fucking crazy.
It was nuts. Like, and it's not just it was the consistency that she was doing it, and
Yeah, it was a
she
consistency.
did it, and she did it at the right time because Steph Curry was doing what he was doing. So they had somebody to compare her to. It was kind of like when Cheryl Swoops was doing what she was doing while Michael Jordan was doing what he was doing. It's like you had the comparison to 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 put on the woman. Like it's like okay, she plays like Mike, she plays like Steph. Like there was a comparison there. Like when Asia was doing what she was doing in college, wasn't no even with Candace Parker, like there wasn't anything to 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 make the comparison to because the
Yeah, there was
game
no
you can't
comparison. That's
compare
true.
her you can't compare her to the bigs in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? But when Caitlin's taking 30-foot threes, oh, now she looked like Steph. So it was easy to gravitate to that. You know what I mean? And she was good. Like, and it's not to take away from the star. It's a difference between someone being a star and then someone who's popular.
Mm.
And right now, Caitlin Clark is just popular. She's not a star yet in the WNBA.
This is
She's
true.
popular.
Mm-hmm.
She's bringing the eyes to the league because of her fame, and that's a good thing. She's going to become a superstar in my eyes. I think in another 3 years, she's going to be a big problem.
Definitely.
You know what? That's a good point because I think Asia Wilson, you saw the build up come. Same thing with what was the other player you said? It just slipped my mind. Maya Moore. You saw the build up come in college, and then when they got to the NBA, they were already like, all right, kind of established. People knew what it was. They were popular, but they weren't star players in the WNBA yet. I think this is the first time in Caitlin Clark's career now she has to build up to that because she came out of high school top tier. She came in college top tier. Now it's a little bit different when you go because there's been players that's been sitting here for so long and put in the work, and you gotta give us some years. You give 3 or 4 years, like you said. I mean, don't be surprised if she wins most improved player next year, even though she's putting up good numbers this year. She got to cut back on her turnovers, and I think the speed of the game is what she got to get adjusted to because she moves still a little bit too slow, like on college level.
It's not that she is her coach. Her coach sucks. They're going to have to get a real coach to come in there. No, I'm dead serious. Her coach.
The coach does suck.
She's horrible. She is horrible. Like she is not a good coach. Like not good at all.
Apparently, she's not controlling the egos in her locker room either because Caitlin Clark is getting all the hate from her peers.
Yeah, like you can't. You as the head coach, you should never, especially when your team was trash the year before. You don't go out and then talk crazy about your star player. You don't do that. Not in public. You don't do that.
I mean, really not at all. I'm not even gonna lie to you because that is a crazy, crazy stance to take. But I just find it interesting that a lot of them were trying to like I was saying before DJ got in here. A lot of them were trying to like put this kind of moniker or kind of image that like we're not going to go for a certain thing, we're not going to go for this. But it's like, nah, y'all kind of are. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You feel me? Like, or we're not going to play to these young girls' game. We're going to show them that it's a different game. And it's like, y'all, you started out like that pretty solid, but nah. Like once they start really. catch up to the speed of the game, yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot
You're
different.
gonna be dead. You're gonna be dead in the water because you can't keep picking up Caitlin Clark 94 feet.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna keep happening.
It's not gonna work for you. It's working to some point now, but she's figuring it out. She's figuring it out. And as time goes on and she gets used to seeing that, what you're doing is you're speeding up her process right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're speeding it up for her. So what we thought was, 2, 3 years, shit, by the beginning of next season, she might be a whole animal.
Well, I mean, because just thinking about the way she's adjusted, right, and like from the first game to literally just this past game that they just played against Seattle, um, she's starting to pick up the game a lot more faster, right? And on top of that, like she's starting to establish herself as a player that is a force to be reckoned with in this league. Like when she's going and she's taking these long shots and she's going at the former MVP and she's all in her face, and like that's big, right? That's huge, right? So like her just kind of establishing the type of player that she is and the type of person that she wants to be in this league, I think is big. And the way that she's adjusted from the first game to this game, and knowing that they still have a whole season to go on, by next season, it's going to be scary already. It's going to be scary for a lot of these girls too, because Rakia Jackson, she's been balling. Cameron Brink, she's been balling.
They're going to be that Sparks team is going to be scary.
It's going to be disgusting come next year.
There's a part of this that I don't think a lot of people thought about when evaluating this rookie class that's coming in. They just finished playing basketball in March.
Mm-hmm.
Like they rolled right into the WNBA season in 2 months.
Yep.
So they didn't have a time to just settle, get their body right. They literally went from college to the pros in 2 months. So they didn't even have time to just sit down, settle, relax, think about what's happening. None of that. It was literally March Madness, the draft, you in training camp, WNBA.
Bow, just like that. You know that Los Angeles Sparks team is going to be scary. Moo, if you could remember when we were talking about the draft special we had for the WNBA, and I was like, they grabbed Rakia Jackson and Cameron Brink. Give them 2 years. They're going to be crazy. That was one of the, because they traded up. That was one of the smartest things they could have done.
Yeah, that team is going. It's going to be my vision for this was. That's why I did not want them to expand to get as much as I wanted the Houston Comets to come back and for the WNBA to expand. You should have 12 super teams in this league,
and just have it just be entertaining,
and just let it be a war for the next 5 years.
If
let
you got
this league make money.
Yeah, no, I actually like that. I actually like that.
If you got 12 super teams, what you call the Aces? Because, bro, they above super. This is ridiculous.
But imagine if there was 11 other teams built like that.
Yeah, well,
the competition is going to be crazy. The
level of basketball goes up.
The money, right? And that's what I think
they should do this because the NBA had to go through this too. Whenever they first started, what was it, 8 teams? And you had eight strong teams. You limited the pool, you grow. Okay, let's expand 4 more teams. Then let's expand 4 more teams. And the talent level builds up because now your top guys on the teams are top guys in everywhere.
I think that's a recipe, though, ultimately, because the NFL did the same thing, right? You can start off with a certain number of teams, and everybody's it's just super high competition. And I think the ultimate goal is, right, we understand that we have a product that everybody wants to have and everybody wants to view, right? But we need the money to be able to expand the way we want to expand. So if we can just keep getting eyes, keep getting money, keep getting eyes, keep getting money with the same teams that we have, by the time we're ready to expand, we'll already have the money to back all of these other teams and other products that we want to put out. So
what you want to do is you want to make teams want to buy into the WNBA. You don't want to just put a team somewhere. Like, no. You want people to come to the W like, no, we want a team out here. We want a team out here. We want a team out here. Like, you want them to do that.
You
Like,
want
because they want to be able to look at the league like, now the league is growing. Like, it's the women are balling out, the endorsements are coming, they're on TV, they're all of the things. So now you have a team. Does Miami have a WNBA team? I'm not sure.
I don't
No.
think so.
I don't think so.
So I think they used to, but it's like you want a market like Miami to be like, no, we need a WNBA team.
Yep.
Like we need that. Like we need that like right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you want teams, you want cities fighting over who's going to be the next team to go into the W.
Businessman bidding
You know
like,
what I
yeah,
mean?
no, I want this team. I want that team. No, I want that team. Yeah,
Yep.
no,
And
that's
and how you do that is you take the teams that you got now, let when Juju get there, when Hidalgo get there, when um what's Paige when Paige Beckers, when all of them get to the league and everybody's hooping, you're like, yo, straight up, like we need a team ASAP.
yeah.
And that's what
I think that's the key. I think that's the
because
key.
they look, I saw a clip of one of these girls in high school. She's crazy. I think she's like 6'1", already handle out the like crazy spit. She looked like Kyrie Irving with a ponytail. Like, yo, like it's this next group of women and girls that are coming up, they good, man. They good.
They some ballers for sure. They are some ballers for sure. All right. So me and Mel were talking in the backstage a little bit about this baseball thing and how it has these baseball friends and a little bit of a tizzy. So MLB back in 2020 decided that they were going to incorporate the National Negro League Association and National Negro League Baseball into their record books. That was finalized a few days ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the fellas' thoughts on it, starting with Mel. How we feeling?
Like I told you backstage, I thought them shits was already in there. So that was a shock to me. Um, I think it's cool. I'm not. It doesn't move me any way. Um, I do. I just wonder how you incorporate. If someone's batting average is higher, if someone has more home runs, stolen bases, whatever it be, because they played like 100 games less than MLB players. So do you put asterisks next to their numbers and stuff like that? Yada yada yada. Um, and other than that, it doesn't change any how I see anything. The guys that I think are the best will still be the best, and you can sprinkle in, a couple of the Negro League players. But I still don't think any of them are better than Barry Bonds. So
I understand that, DJ.
I don't think it changes much, but what it does, as you can see the debate going around for the past couple of days, if you've been on social media, they want to know where Josh Gibson goes all time now. I mean, for us, we already know Satchel Paige for us is already high ranked. So even if they put his stats now into the records, it doesn't really change much for us.
right.
But now a lot of people are looking up. They can't stand the fact that a lot of people are saying, "Well, Josh Gibson was better than Babe Ruth." They hate it. Nonetheless, baseball, I feel like, is the one sport that hasn't changed gradually. The one team sport that hasn't changed gradually over the years. It was still basically the same. Obviously, the skill level got better over time, but it was still basically the same game. Is nothing drastically has changed. Like the NBA has changed so much, and baseball is just you put the pitcher out there, you got your people in the field, you got your batter. I mean, the rules of baseball haven't really changed much. Now with the pitch clock incorporated, you don't have the 3 minute stall out, but nothing really serious to change the way the game was played. And I don't think a lot of it should be viewed any different. I think Josh Gibson should be held in high regard now. But I mean, we all knew Satchel Paige. We all knew Satchel Paige. Yeah, why not?
Because this is all right. This is baseball is the one thing that we do have to where the numbers actually mean a lot.
Yeah.
He only career. He had 2,168 at bats.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how many Babe Ruth had?
I'm pretty sure a lot more.
Babe Ruth had 8,399 at bats.
Yeah,
So 6,000 more at bats.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying, the career OPS of Josh Gibson is first all time in the MLB books now. So people are looking at the percentage.
He played way less games.
Okay,
That doesn't make it more impressive.
Facts. Like, listen,
No, that's
so like,
no.
I mean, I hate that I'm going to take it here because I know Mel's going to get pissed off about this, but I don't care. When you look across the basketball now, and you compare Michael Jordan to LeBron, and LeBron has more total points and more total games, you still hold in high regard Michael Jordan's 30.1 per game because that's on average. So
because Mike still played in the 82 game season.
That's fine, but still, LeBron has more games and a lower points per game percentage, correct?
Right, but they both played in the 82 game. They both played in an 82 game season.
But he still has more. Look, the point I'm trying to say is average goes obviously by the amount of games you played, by the amount, and the high OPS on slugging.
If you play 60 games a year, and I play 162 games a year, should we honestly be on the same level?
Why not? Because if you put Babe Ruth,
because you play 60 games.
If you put, listen, I'm not saying the dude should be ranked all time. I'm saying he should be celebrated. Yeah, like that's why
I said that's why I said an asterisk should be next to their.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people didn't know who Josh Gibson was until they inserted him into the record book. So I do feel like he should still be held in high regard. Now, as far as he shouldn't be ranked higher than Babe Ruth. And there's you said Barry Bonds. I can't say nothing because a whole bunch of them could have been taking steroids back then too. So
my argument in all this is like, has he ever been caught or tested positive?
Nah.
Oh. Look, allegations are allegations, dog. If you can't prove it.
How you feel about LeBron allegations?
Gotta prove it. You still gotta prove it.
I just want to make sure it's consistent.
The Belco scandal is bad enough.
But the thing with LeBron is we have evidence. There's no evidence of Barry Bonds.
We don't have just somebody allegations are allegations. Just somebody saying he.
Look, Micah,
they're saying he used the same.
If a list comes out of all these professional athletes using performance enhancing drugs, and then you get down and you see Alex Rodriguez and then Savannah James is right there, that shit don't make sense.
There's other people on the list that haven't admitted to taking steroids either. So it's still an allegation because what you said, he never tested for steroids. That's exactly.
But they don't test it in the NBA.
But he never tested for steroids. So if he took it, we'll never know. But regardless, you know what? I don't care about the Barry Bonds thing about him if he was to take steroids anyway, just because it doesn't make you a better hitter.
Barry Bonds in Pittsburgh was a Hall of Famer before he even got to the Giants.
Yes, he was. That's what I'm saying. Even I tell people all the time, look, I could take a whole bunch of steroids right now, get my weight up, be able to bench 450 and go out on the baseball field, and I still can't hit the damn ball against professionals. I might not be able to hit the ball against Little League World Series pitchers. Right. So, I mean, only thing it probably did if he took him, it probably helped him break the home run record. Maybe that's it, but he still got to hit the damn. So I tell people all the time, he was a Hall of Famer. I think the only thing the steroids did was probably up his home run percentage by a little bit. Maybe. Yeah. You still got to be able to play the game. Me, I go with somebody. I fuck with Barry. I think Barry Bonds is the GOAT, but my favorite player to watch was Ken Griffey Jr. So I ride Ken Griffey Jr. bandwagon all day, every day. But nonetheless, hey,
Yeah. Who I think is who that's actually it's perfect because tomorrow on football, we're gonna talk about that. It's like growing up because it started like on Instagram and stuff, but they were talking about how as a young kid you like mediocre players, but you don't know that they're mediocre because you're a kid. So we're gonna get to that. The
you
difference
think King,
between
you think King Griffey Jr.
no,
is
no, no.
mediocre?
I'm just saying
Oh,
it just made me think about
oh, okay.
it. Just where you can like somebody like a Ken Griffey Jr., but totally understand that somebody else is better.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, for shit, sure. I'm a big Joe Johnson fan, but I knew I knew all the people was better. I just liked his style of play.
Yeah.
Good old ISO Joe. But yeah, hey, I mean, them incorporating the Negro League stats doesn't really change much. I mean, like I said, we all felt like Satchel Paige was one of the best pitchers. It doesn't change much, but I'm happy that they're incorporating it into the records now, the official records, because it should be.
Right.
So I mean, Dr. J's NBA, the Negro League stats are part of his NBA stats overall, but I mean, them incorporating into the NBA doesn't
No, they
rank him.
don't count. That's weird because they don't in the NBA. They don't count his ABA stuff.
Oh shit. Well, NBA, it's about time to do it too.
They don't.
But like I said, what's your eyes tell you, man? We know what your eyes told you. Like,
Yeah, no, you know good when you see it.
yeah. It doesn't change much.
I think in regards to the Barry Bonds case, him being involved with the Balco people, I think that's what fucked him up. Because doing an experimental tests and just being involved in the whole perjury case, I think that's what ultimately turned people off. It made people think like, oh, well, yeah, he took the steroids and stuff like that, even though there is a record saying that he unknowingly used the cream because of his trainer, right? His trainer was giving him the experimental stuff that he was supposed to be not using, but he didn't use, or he didn't know he was using them, which is why the whole perjury case started and all stuff like that. But
you know what though, Moo, on that case, there's a lot of people that take these supplements that a trainer is giving them, and there's a banned substance in there that links it back to steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Necessarily,
and that happens a lot.
The weird thing is, the thing is, they'll call it PEDs, but it's really not. It's just the ingredient is on the list.
Exactly.
Something like this. It may have 12 ingredients, and one of the ingredients would be on the do not take list.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're screwed.
Yeah, I think that's what ultimately gets a lot of people caught up. I mean, and the thing about it, I think a lot of people still hold disregards when it comes to Bonds is everybody was juicing, right? At that point in time, where Bonds had got caught and Mark McGwire got caught, Sammy Sosa, all these guys were getting popped for steroids. It's like at that point in time, those were only the guys that were pushed in the forefront. But if you go back and look at the list of all the people that was getting popped for steroids,
A-Rod, all that, yeah.
A-Rod, and the league was in on it because the league was winding the balls mad tight so that the ball, when you hit it, it took off faster. Mm-hmm. Like it was a whole thing. I'm like, look, if you were good
it was
back
a whole
then,
thing because baseball was losing money.
Yeah, like you go into the Hall of Fame, you get an asterisk next to your name. You played during the '90s when everybody was on that juice.
Yeah, most definitely.
And that's another thing I say. Like, if everybody is on the juice, and you're still better than all of them, in the case of Barry Bonds, and you're still better than all of them, and we're all on the juice, that just means you was a better player regardless.
Right. Like.
Most definitely.
And it turned him into, if he did it, I'm not going to say he took it allegedly, but if it did, it turned him into a goddamn superhero.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that's a lot of the reason why a lot of people still hold Barry Bonds in such high regard. Like DJ Micah B said, I was a Ken Griffey fan. Ken Griffey was my hero. I hated Barry Bonds. That's the reason why I don't like anything about him. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't like nothing about him. I hated him. He ruined baseball for me.
From the Bay. How you hate Barry Bonds?
Because I'm from the Bay. That's the quite literally the reason why. I didn't grow up a San Francisco Giants fan. First of all, I grew up an Oakland A's fan.
Oh,
But
sorry, right. The A's. My bad.
but I never liked anything about it. Never liked
When
anything
I look
about
at
it.
it,
Seen him in person.
all them niggas on cocaine, then you gotta get all them dudes in the league that were on cocaine, get them out the league.
You know,
I'm out the
damn.
Hall of Fame.
That would take at least 7 years because they would spend at least the first 2 years at Lawrence Taylor's house. Okay, because he got the list. All right, he got the list. LT,
Is
the
Darryl
list.
Strawberry in the Hall of Fame?
Is he?
Darryl Strawberry, that's my dude, and he was on that shit hard.
I don't know. Well, then, I mean, because then you can't.
Let's see,
I don't know.
Darryl Strawberry.
I feel like there's Pandora's boxes you can't necessarily open when it comes to this because you're gonna have to open that in the NBA. You're gonna have to open that in the MLB. You're gonna have to open that in the MLS and the NHL because you know them hockey niggas be on coach.
Yes,
right?
Darryl Strawberry
He's
in the
not
Hall of
Hall of
Fame. He got
Fame.
inducted in
Darryl Strawberry is
2010.
not a Hall of Fame.
Them hockey players be on coach. But I think that's a Pandora's box we don't want to open because then I think Jerry Jones is behind all of that. Because you know he down there in Texas and he got the right there by the border. That's that pure. You feel me?
Oh look, everybody on the Cowboys is on that.
Is that how we explain? Is it how we explain Dak Prescott meltdowns?
Yeah, Dak might be the only one not on it.
You think CD on it?
Oh, for sure, Lou.
Man, he hanging around Michael Irvin. You know he on it.
Listen, CD's a weed head. I know CD Lamb from when he was a kid. He's been smoking weed since he was a kid, dog.
He got around Michael Irvin.
Lamb
he was
people,
like, look,
right
my boy.
You're gonna put this extra inside that blunt, brother.
I was gonna say, just stay away from Michael Irvin and all the other Troy Aikman too, because there's no pot Troy. If y'all
you see how Michael Irvin look at them how Michael Irvin be looking at them lines on the football field? Like, I need that.
That's the reason why him and Troy Aikman be so upset when they can't work Dallas football games because they know what that white chalk made of. Okay,
y'all stupid as shit.
It ain't paint. They know what they're doing. That's how the Ravens out there winning all them damn championships and shit. Why you think that? Why do you? And see, this the thing. This how you know we ain't lying. How the fuck you think Larry Allen was able to move that fast?
How you think Emmitt Smith was able to break tackles?
That motherfucker didn't see nothing. They was like, look, got an 8 ball right on the goal line.
Hey,
come on now.
If there's one thing I do know, cokeheads don't feel no pain, bro.
Exactly. You had Larry Allen, who was a whole 6 everything, 377 plus pounds, and can bench 1,000,000 fucking pounds. That nigga was on cocaine. Okay, that shit gave him superpowers because there's no fucking way that you should be able to do that. All right, like I remember Lynn Dawson from the Kansas City Chiefs. That nigga was when he got the infamous locker room, him smoking a cigarette in the locker room. Yeah, that nigga did a line right before that. Man. He had to get his mind right. You feel me? A lot of cokeheads smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Now going ahead to getting back to a little bit of sports here. Did anybody happen to catch the Tyson Fury fight with the Alexander Usyk?
I did not.
I did not.
I watched it and I was thoroughly entertained because Tyson got his ass whooped. Okay,
I saw the highlights. He got his ass whooped.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The highlights did not do that fight justice because it really wasn't pretty. Honestly, it was actually embarrassing because like Tyson looked so much bigger than Oli in the ring. It was actually kind of funny. And yeah, he got his ass beat like to the point where I was just like, yeah, no, y'all might want to have to call this, but that's not what I want to talk about today. I wanted to talk about the rematch. The rematch is in the books for December the 21st.
They put a rematch. I don't know why.
Now I think we all know why this Tyson wants a rematch, right? Because he can't have his perfect record ruined in any way, shape, or form. But
it's already done.
It's already ruined.
Already ruined.
All it's gonna do is avenge his loss if he wins, and he's not going to.
I don't think so because you got your jaw broken. Like your shit was hanging to the side, like you feel me? Like you just got kicked by Bruce Lee, but you didn't get kicked. You got punched. Your shit was dislocated over here off to the side. You was talking and your mouth was hanging over here, just kind of
I don't
chilling.
understand because he don't look like a bot. It doesn't look like he trains to me.
He doesn't, honestly.
That's how you feel about Butterbean. It didn't look like Butterbean was used to train either.
I mean,
Like,
he does.
why are you
Butterbean
so
never ever.
like you shouldn't have that type of body if you're a boxer.
But
At least in my opinion.
I mean, heavyweight, super heavyweight.
That boy trying to eat McDonald's. What you mean?
I'm gonna look how y'all look, I guess.
Like
But
you remember back in the day, I'm older than y'all, but y'all can go and look at Trevor Burbick and fucking Bone Crusher Smith. Like those were big dudes, but they were muscular.
mhm.
I mean, Muhammad Ali was the
heavyweights
same, bro.
The heavyweights never really used to be fat. Like they used to be big and muscular.
They fat now because
they massive now.
I think Butterbean started that trend, bro. I swear he did. Or maybe
Well,
George Foreman in his older
I
years.
I think George Foreman in his older years kind of started that trend because he came
but
out
he was
there
50 years old.
Yeah, but he was
Exactly.
still
He came
knocking
out
people
there.
out though.
after eating all them cheeseburgers, okay, and the motherfucking pork
He had the
belly.
Foreman grill, you know.
Yeah,
He
You know what
he
I'm
was
saying?
eating everything off that Foreman grill. Well, ain't no fat in it when you do it on the Foreman grill.
Yeah,
All right,
and
bro, but it's still
with that big
carbs.
right hand. And he was over there sleeping niggas at age 57. You feel me? With his beer belly out. You know what I'm saying? In that barbecue belly that he had. You feel me? With extra barbecue sauce.
Hey man,
That
them
come in the
slow
barbecue
punches, them slow power punches
They
add up. His
hurt.
Foreman was throwing he was throwing hooks and uppercuts. He wasn't throwing no jabs, just hooks and uppercuts. And I'm not going down no matter how much you hit me. And them hoes added up.
Nope.
And he was knocking people out in his older years.
Yep.
But how we feeling about this rematch, fellas? Do we think it's gonna go back Tyson Fury's way, or do we think Oli's gonna go 2-0 and kind of put Tyson to bed? Mel, I'm gonna start with you on this one.
Like I don't know too much about the other dude. All I know is that from the highlights, he was whooping Tyson Fury ass. So I'm gonna go with he gonna whip his ass again. And is that like I just don't think if it was a close fight and it was like a decision, then okay, cool. You can kind of lean maybe Tyson Fury takes it a little more serious and then he, whatever. But you got fucked up. So Ali, it looked like I was watching it on ESPN, like just the like clips from like each round, and the way he was hitting him is like Tyson Fury will get hit to the left and start leaning, but then he'd hit that motherfucker back to the right, like he wouldn't let Tyson Fury fall down.
He didn't want to. I mean,
Oh.
when you Ukrainian, right, and you feel me, you wrestle bears and shit for a living, right? Because they be wrestling bears and shit like at 5 years old. You feel me? It's like you really don't want the fight to stop. You want it to keep going. So like when the ref, like there was a point in time where the ref kind of like stopped it and like held this nigga Tyson up, and like you seen like Oli like kind of like push this nigga out the way, like nah, move, I ain't done yet. You feel me? Type shit. Like them Ukrainian niggas is different. You feel me?
Right, and that's why I think nothing's gonna change. It was like the Rocky meme that they put out when Trainer threw the towel. It's like throw in the fucking towel. Like
I actually tweeted that live. After I seen him plastered on the ropes like that, like damn near about to die. I was like, yeah, y'all got to throw in the towel because this is not.
Because he was getting his ass cracked. So I don't think nothing changes. I think this is gonna be his second loss fucking around with this dude.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people, BJ, before we get to you, a lot of people were speculating that because
I feel like you're about to steal my point. But go ahead.
Probably. I might. Actually, no. Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead and cook because I'm not even gonna do it because I normally do it. DJ, go ahead.
No. You good. You're good because I think I heard where you was going. Now you're good. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, because a lot of people were speculating that because he fought, Wilder, right? Because he fought Wilder 3 times, because he fought Francis Ngannou, that he was essentially ducking Alexander Usyk because Alexander Usyk has been wanting this fight for years, and he spent all of these years fighting the Deontay Wilders, who a lot of people felt wasn't necessarily qualified to fight him, fighting the Francis Ngannou's who just came from the UFC. This fight that was supposed to be this huge mega fight, which it kind of was if you look at the stream numbers. A lot of people feel like Tyson Fury kind of wasn't quote unquote wasn't ready or quote unquote stalled his practice because he would spend so long running from Olazan Usyk. So the rematch would be a lot more entertaining because Tyson would take his training a lot more seriously, which a lot of people are rumored to that's what he kind of does. But go ahead, DJ, your thoughts.
You didn't take my point, so that's good. I'm just saying.
Glad I didn't.
Let me tell you, I'm happy you brought up Francis Ngannou because last time I checked, I don't watch the fight about 4 times. The only reason why Francis Ngannou ain't win that fight is because the judges didn't want a UFC fighter to come in and beat the champion. Francis Ngannou beat the shit out of Tyson Fury. He literally beat the shit out of Tyson Fury, and he should have been awarded that win. He should have won.
That's a fair point.
Granted, you know, let's move on to the Oli fight. Come on, man. Nobody asked for this rematch. This was just a clause in the contract. This is like this is literally it's just nobody asked for this rematch. He's going to lose again. I can go to any combat sport and just tell you when styles clash, some people just have you beat. Like this is like Anderson Silva losing to the Diaz brother, and he came back and fought again. And granted, his leg broke in the second fight, but we didn't believe you were going to win again. We felt like that style that you were fighting wasn't going to work again because he was so disciplined and grounded. You met somebody that was more skilled than you overall because you relied on a lot of your talent, and because your talent carried you through. Where your skill lacks, this person's skill takes over. I'm not saying Tyson Fury lacks skill. I'm saying Oli is more skilled than him.
He's just more of a boxer.
Right. No, he's definitely because, like you said, Moo, he's been ducking a lot of people, and you've beat a lot of people who aren't experienced boxers. And you know what I think is going to happen again? And Errol Spence is a good fighter, but Errol Spence met his match when he went against Crawford. Definitely. Tyson Fury has met his match. I don't care how much he trains leading into this one. I don't care. I don't care how much he trains going into this one. He's going to lose again. He is going to lose again because he's not fighting against a boxer that doesn't counter. He's fighting against a boxer that is patient and will counter you with power punches. And that's what Oli did. He countered you with overhands, uppercuts, and hooks. He wasn't countering you with jabs. He wasn't just moving out the way and making you miss punches. He counter fights. And that is the one thing that Tyson Fury doesn't have control, because when he swings, he leaves himself open. He hasn't fought a skilled, trained boxer that knows how to do that. True. And here we are. Oli's going to win again because he's going to counter him over and over again. And I know people are saying, well, Tyson Fury's taking his training seriously this time. When you're so used to fighting a certain way your whole life, it don't matter how serious you take your training. When you get hit in the face, you're going to revert back to what you know. This is exactly why they say everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face, because your instincts take over after that. And I've seen Tyson Fury get punched in the face and he starts throwing barrages of punches, and it's not going to work against Oli because Oli is skilled. He's relaxed and he's poised throughout the whole fight. This is going to end bad again. I wouldn't be surprised if Oli actually knocks him out quicker this time.
I don't doubt that at all.
Probably. I'm thinking this should go 3 rounds.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. We got another fight. Deontay Wilder's coming out again against Zhang. They fight I think this weekend on the 1st, 9 p.m. Deontay has suffered a few bad losses in the past. Do you guys think that he's due for a bounce back, or do you think that he takes another L and kind of calls it quits?
He's just not a boxer. He never learns how to box. Like, this is why, when people, I'll take Floyd. When people say, oh, Floyd's fights are boring. No, Floyd's a boxer. Like, you just want to see people step in the ring and just throw hands at each other. That's not boxing. Like, that's not how you win a boxing match. And Deontay comes in, he's like, I got this strong right hand, and I'm going to take a chance that at some point I'm going to connect and you going to sleep. But if you can take a punch, he his superpower gets taken away.
Well, if you can get up from that said punch, right? Because we've seen
Mhm.
from his past fights with Tyson Fury that if you're able to, take that left hand and get up from that left hand, then you basically got the fight in the bag if you as long as you're able to outbox Deontay, which Tyson did, every single time that they fought. I know a lot of people are, saying minus the first time, but controversy, it's up in the air. However you decide to judge it. But DJ, how we feeling about Deontay? You think he's done, or you think he still has a little bit left in the tank?
You know what? Deontay is hard for me to judge because he's not a pure boxer. Like you've heard him say it on occasions. He was looking for a way to make money to feed his daughter because he became a dad and he didn't have a plan. So he was always a street fighter and he went to the gym and just like, all right, I'm gonna take up this boxing thing. The problem with Deontay Wilder is if he doesn't knock you out and you go all 12 rounds with him, he's probably going to lose in the decision.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a puncher's chance? Of course, because if he lands one strong one and knocks you down, chances are you might not get back up unless you can take a hit and get back up. Because Deontay Wilder has abnormal, stupid power. When you hear them hooks connect, you're on with the gloves, you're like, damn. But if you can last, I mean, he can. I don't think Deontay Wilder's done. I just think he's gotten to the point where he's beat up on all the younger people in terms of boxing years wise, to where it's like, okay, you took on this person, but they're not experienced. I feel like he can still beat up on some of the younger guys that aren't experienced in boxing. But if he boxes a seasoned fighter, let's just say somebody that got 21 wins, it's possible that he'll lose if it goes the full 12, and it's possible that he lose if they're a patient fighter as well. I got so much respect for Deontay Wilder though, because he came so far, won the belt as just a brawler with not a boxing background because he was just a street fighter, and I got so much respect for him. He should be highly regarded in boxing. He doesn't have to go down as one of the all-time greats. Just people should just hold him in high regard, just to be like, this is what a father would do for his daughter to make sure his daughter can take care of his family. So, no disrespect to Deontay Wilder. I got high respect for him as a person. It's just I don't think he's washed, and I don't think he's done. I still think if he agrees to a fight like he has now, he'll still draw a crowd because people want to watch Deontay Wilder fight because his fights result in knockdowns and knockouts. I mean, he went against Tyson Fury and knocked Tyson Fury down a couple of times. So, I'm definitely tuning into it.
Most definitely.
That it's a potential knockout fight. So I'm definitely tuning into it.
Most definitely. Final question I want to ask you guys about boxing before we kind of wrap things up and get out of here. We have a super mega huge crazy fight potentially in the works, but a lot of people are regarding that somebody is necessarily running and or ducking. There have been a lot of contract talks between the Saudi Arabians and some venues about a potential Bud Crawford Canelo fight. Now, Canelo has came out on record and said that he would not sign a contract. And Bud, being the trolling Bud that we all love and know, it's just putting it out there like, yeah, so we running, he's a runner, he's a track star, putting the running emojis out there, right? Because we all know that's the super fight that everybody wants to see, right? We got two of the best boxers in the game right now. And I think that's the next huge fight that everybody kind of wants to see. The Charlo brothers can never stay out of trouble to be able to step in the ring ever.
Washed.
Errol Spence, as good as a fighter as he is, we know he met his match against Bud. And young Shakur, even though he's kind of starting to step back up into the boxing world, he still has a little bit of ways to go before he's I think he's able to really sustain a fight that's really big, that's really that marketable to the point where it's going to be looked at as a mega super fight. So do we think Canelo is running right now? Is Canelo ducking Bud Crawford? Mel?
I don't think so. it's all Canelo's at a point now where the money it's got to make sense for him. So I just think it's what the splits are going to look like. So if the money's right, the fight's going to happen. I don't think I don't Canelo does not he's not a he's not a runner. He's not a track star. So
Not running that track star.
yeah, nah. The money. I think it's all about the money.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people in Bud's camp, and even a lot of people as far as Gervonta Davis. A lot of people want to see this fight. Egging it on, saying that Nello doesn't want that smoke, man. And even in Mexico, because Bud Crawford has even offered it for the fight to be in Mexico, any venue. And Nello has been stout on saying, it doesn't want to sign the contract. But so that's where this running kind of narrative or ducking kind of narrative is coming from, because there's a lot of stipulations that Bud is willing to agree to, and Nello's not budging on signing a contract. But I can understand that point. The money has to make sense. He is a marquee fighter, right? But hey, man, shoot, the
Uh,
magic
He
is
don't
here.
see he's not fighting for pride no more. Like he's not fighting to make his mark in the game no more. Like that's not where he is. He's like, if you want to fight me, the money gotta be right
I
because
understand that.
he's the he's the draw. Like he's the draw. So that money gotta look real good for him.
I understand that. DJ, how we feeling?
He's a runner. He's a track star. No, I'm just joking. No, I don't think he's running either. I don't think he's running. But here's I don't know if it's really the money. I think it's really the politics behind it, because when you box, when you box, there's I need people to listen to understand. Weigh-in night, you could be one thing. Rehydration after weigh-in night can be another. There's certain people that want rehydration clauses. You can't rehydrate to this weight and this and that. And I think it's a lot of boxing politics involved. This is not the 60s and 70s where it's like he's a number one contender. Boom. There's a lot of politics, even with the money. Like I said, people all said, well, Floyd Mayweather was running. No, Floyd Mayweather was the draw, and he's not taking anything less than this. And because let's just say when he had the fight with Pacquiao, it was a 65-35 draw, right? That's what it is.
Mhm.
Pacquiao made more money on that fight than he ever did boxing with Floyd. And most of the time, Pacquiao's percentage going away from the fight was more than the other person.
35.
Except against Marquez. I think when he did Marquez, it was like 50-50. But he still made more money at the 35% with Floyd than he did with Marquez at 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, right. So, like, his 35% was way more than the 50% when he fought Marquez. And that last fight was absolutely amazing when Marquez knocked Pacquiao. I might add, it was a very good fight. But I'm just like, it's a lot of boxing politics involved. Like, people was, well, Gervonta put the rehydration clause in against Ryan Garcia, this and that, because he had to cut weight. Like, unless I feel like if they were to say, hey, there's no rehydration clause, y'all don't have to make catch weight. Just do the face off, get in the ring and box. Canelo's taking 65% and Bud Crawford is taking 35%. Boom. I think the match would have been agreed on already. I really do. I think it would have been agreed on already. The problem is that's not how it's working out. Boxing has a catch weight, and you have to make catch weight or you suffer a penalty. So that literally has to be written in by a lawyer to do that. And nobody wants that to happen and say, well, Crawford probably doesn't want to be like, well, I lost, but he weighed 25 more pounds than me, so I should have lost. Or Crawford was faster because he wasn't as heavy as, like, it's politics.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of politics. And right, yeah. So, I mean, I don't think the fight will ever happen. Do I think people want it to happen? Yes.
Most definitely.
But I don't think it ever happened. The Pacquiao Mayweather fight made more sense just because Pacquiao won 7 different belts over 7 different divisions. So Pacquiao was adjusting his weight his whole career. So he was adjusted to always adjusting his weight. Everybody's not built like that. It's not as easy for everybody to cut weight to go down, and it's not as easy for everybody to put on weight to move up. So some people put on weight, and when they don't put on healthy weight to move up. And when they bulk up, they get slow. Some people cut weight and they have to cut muscle. So when they cut muscle, it's not as strong. Only the boxers know their bodies. So in order for this fight to happen, they both have to sign off on a waiver saying it doesn't matter what he weighs in at. I just want to fight him. And I don't think it's going to happen. I just think this is one of those. This is a Mike Tyson Holyfield situation where we wanted Mike Tyson to fight Holyfield before he went to jail. You know, so
hopefully Bud don't go to jail.
Right. So somebody is going to lose a step somewhere, either going up or going down in weight. And Mayweather's made it to the point where nobody wants to lose either. Yes, I understand Canelo lost to Mayweather, but I mean, granted, it's the fucking Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's where it is. It's not like how it was back in the day where we still, even though Muhammad Ali lost to what was the guy's name the first time, and he came back and beat him in like the first minute of the first round. The second, I can't think of his name right now.
What was?
Is it Frazier?
Was it Frazier? Yeah,
I think it was right. So this is not like you lose and people want to climb back up and get back to the top. This era is Mayweather made it to where your legacy is tarnished if you lose one fight because he didn't lose a fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I mean, even Tyson is regarded as maybe a top 10 boxer, top 5, top 10 boxer of all time to most of us.
Maybe.
I'm just listen. There are people. I'm just talking about maybe top 5. Listen,
those people need to. And then those
maybe
people are
top
crazy.
5, but we all know for sure he's top 10, maybe top 5. Obviously, in heavyweight only, he's regarded as top 5. Oh, okay, fine. And in heavyweight only, he's regarded as top 2. But some people still take the Holyfield fight and say he can't be top 2 if Holyfield beat him. But you know, to each their own. That's why I said maybe top 5, top 10 all time for sure, no matter what weight class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Holyfield, you can't beat him, eat him. Ain't that right, Mike?
Well, shut up.
Well, no, I mean, if Holyfield stopped hitting him in his nuts, he wouldn't have got his ear chomped off.
And if Victor Ortiz would have stopped headbutting Mayweather during that fight, Mayweather wouldn't have pulled a stunt. He pulled and knocked his ass out. But seasoned people that watch boxing know Victor Ortiz won the first 2 rounds. He proceeded to lose the next 4. So Mayweather didn't even have to do what he did to knock him out. He was going to win the goddamn fight. You know,
well, I mean, don't try to hug me after you just fucking headbutted me and especially after the refs.
Mayweather was definitely in the right for what he did because Mayweather was fighting a clean fight.
Yeah, don't try to hug me. The ref said it's full go. You trying to hug me and try to make amends? No, I'm finna sock you in your face.
What's the number 1 rule of a combat sport? What's the number 1 rule of a combat sport?
Protect yourself at all times.
At all times, bro. At all times.
All times. Head on swivels.
And of course, the bell can't save you. So.
No.
All right. Now, before we get out of here, I want to ask you guys a question in regards to Iron Mike Tyson himself. He suffered a little setback in training. He says everything is all good. But do you think it was a sabotage? Do you think Jake Paul sabotaged Mike Tyson because he's scared to get his ass whipped? Mel, I'm going to start with you.
If what they put in their contract is real, this is not set up for Mike Tyson to win this fight at all. So they'll do whatever they have to do. They'll do whatever they have to do to make sure Mike Tyson does not win this fight.
I'm sorry, but what was put in the contract? Because I have no idea what y'all talking about. I didn't even know Mike Tyson had a setback.
In the contract, there is if Mike Tyson knocks Jake Paul out in the first round, he gets no money. He only gets paid if he goes the distance.
Mm-hmm.
There is a clause in there that the longer the fight goes, that's the escalator for how much money Mike Tyson can make. Yeah.
Okay. What's the setback he had, Moo? Thanks for bringing me up to speed, Mel. Because I did
He,
not know that.
He basically, felt a little lightheaded and he passed out during training. His trainer basically said everything was all good. There was nothing to really worried about. We understand that Iron Mike is getting a little old up there in age, so him probably being him is going through a super rigorous training regimen or exercise right now and trying to get back into shape. And probably just overdid it a little bit too much, but I don't care. I think somebody slipped something in his water in his Gatorade. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, one of you motherfuckers. And y'all have my boy out there looking lightheaded. You feel me?
Okay.
Tip.
Well, number one, I've seen Mike Tyson training. He's not he's not going as hard as this fight as he does in training. Number one, Jake Paul ain't seasoned. He's a celebrity boxer. Let's get that out of the way. Number two, they're scheduled for what, 6-7 rounds? Or they're scheduled for? I know they're not scheduled for a full 12 because Roy Jones and Mike Tyson.
I think 7 rounds. Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't get paid if he knocks him out in the first round. Here's why I push back on Mike Tyson won't knock his ass out in the first round. Mike Tyson doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the money.
My thing, that's what I said. I said, look, fuck whatever's in the contract, nigga. I'm knocking you down in the first minute of the first round.
Did you see the face-off? Did you see the face-off?
Yes, that's exactly why I asked.
Don't play with me. I'm not fucking around. That's exactly what he said in the face-off. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, bro, I watched the face-off. I don't give a damn how old Mike Tyson is. I watched the face-off, and I was scared for Jake Paul. I was like, yo, I don't give a damn how old this dude Mike Tyson is. I still see his videos of him training. And if I was across from him, I would look at him and I would already lose the fight because I'd be scared to get into the ring with him. Jake Paul can flex.
The only issue I have with Mike at this age is, can he take a hit? That's it.
Right.
Because if he hits you, it's a wrap. Like, it's a wrap.
That was already confirmed when him and Roy Jones had the match. Roy Jones was like, dude, I don't give a fuck how old it's Mike Tyson. That shit hurts when you get hit. And Mike Tyson rocked Roy Jones a couple of times. I don't think Mike Tyson needs the money, nor do I think even if he did need the money, he's going to have in his head, I got to last rounds with this man. Because the longer you fight, the longer you have a potential of being knocked out. So Mike Tyson's going to go in there.
I think he makes more money if he beats Jake Paul.
I think so too. Sure. I think the endorsement deals, the brand deals, everything is going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Mike Tyson is winning this fight. No disrespect to Jake Paul.
I hope so.
No disrespect to Jake Paul. What you've done for the sport of boxing. I know you're a celebrity boxer or whatever. What you've done for the sport. Jake Paul actually trains to box though. So what you've done, you and your brother have done for WWE, and what you've done for the sport of boxing, as in bringing outside eyes to it because you're an influencer, that's cool. But
and mind you, one more thing. The judges have to be approved by Jake Paul.
You got to knock him out. You got to knock him out, Jake. I mean, Mike.
But on the flip side of you doing everything you've done for boxing, when you fought a legit boxer, you got your ass beat.
Just say you did lose.
You did lose to a legit boxer, like a legit boxer, somebody that's trained their whole life. You did lose. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I think Mike Tyson's gonna win this fight.
You gotta knock him out. You gotta knock him out.
I think Mike Tyson's gonna win this fight. And which one of the Paul brothers that Mayweather fight was it? Jake or Logan?
Logan.
Well, he knocked Logan ass. He knocked Logan ass out, but he caught him. And before anybody says no, he didn't. He just rocked him. No, he caught him, grabbed him, and held him for like 5 seconds until this dude regained consciousness. Because Logan got hit, straight fell, and
when
good old
somebody that 6'5" gets slumped over, and the nigga he's fighting ain't over 6 foot. He's 5'0". You can tell, and he's like not, but like the body is limp, and he's just sitting up. Yeah, no, he was sleeping. He was sleep, guys. Okay, that's
he was asleep.
The odds are stacked against Mike Tyson to win this fight just because of the contract negotiations that you just told me. Man, if I'm not gonna say Mike Tyson's going to knock him out in the first round. I think Mike Tyson will come out and play a little bit, jab around a little bit in the first round. But I do think when the second round comes around and Tyson because I don't know if Tyson hasn't lost any arm speed, which is crazy to me. He hasn't lost.
Not from what I saw. Not from what I saw. Them shit's as fast as shit.
Yeah.
And his trainer right now, his sparring partner that he gets in the ring with just to hit, his sparring partner is scared to death to get hit.
I mean, I would be too. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
They fight in 8-ounce gloves, and they put like 24-ounce gloves on Mike Tyson to spar and train with, and the trainer is still scared to death to get hit.
Petrified.
That is
and this is crazy, Mike. This is crazy, Mike. I know he's not young Mike, but this is old CTE Mike.
Thank you. I've been saying that shit for years, okay? Why you think he came out with the cannabis brand and the cannabis, you feel me? Like he got the cannabis so it's slowing down the CTE cooking in his brain. Okay,
let me tell y'all. Let me tell you how this shit gonna go. Mike Tyson, 3 hours before the fight, he's gonna roll up and he's gonna take a hit. He's gonna chill out for a little bit, let his brain calm down.
I think he's not gonna smoke for like the 2 weeks leading up to the fight. He ain't doing nothing. He gonna go in there fucking. He gonna be in there crazy as all hell.
He gonna kill that man.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. How many times y'all think Mike Tyson smoked before he trained? When he put out videos?
Every day.
I don't know.
That's scary if he smoked every day before he put out training videos. Because if he doesn't do nothing for 2 weeks, this match is over before it even starts.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's what I want, though.
That withdrawal will hit him like a Mack truck, boy. What?
I understand that Roy Jones is older too, and Mike Tyson didn't knock out Roy Jones or whatever. But Roy Jones is also a trained fighter, and he wasn't as old as Mike Tyson. Roy Jones could take a hit.
Was light on his feet that night.
And I think Mike had a level of respect for Roy Jones.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think he got shit from Jake Paul.
No, because Jake Paul didn't go through the grind. He didn't go through the grind. He didn't go through Golden Gloves as a kid and as a young adult and leading up in the Olympics and all that. No. Jake Paul just decided one day, I'm going to train for boxing and people are going to follow me because I'm already a celebrity. And I'm gonna skip all that. Because if you notice, Jake Paul he didn't have an amateur career. He went straight to pro and fought people that was moving from amateur into pro.
And UFC fighters and shit. And retired football players. But yeah. I mean, hey, I'm excited. Like I said, Mike, you got to knock him out. Okay, first round, I don't care. You got to take off the sparring shit, knock that nigga the fuck out, and be like, "This is what y'all are supposed to do." Okay, and we gonna leave it at that. But before we get up out of here, y'all know what we do. We're gonna go ahead and get the final thoughts, starting with my boy DJ Micah B. Go ahead and kick us off, big dog.
All right, Mel, sit back. I got this real quick. Make sure you tune into the best damn football show on the internet tomorrow with my boys here, Mel and Moo. Mel already explained to y'all what's going down on the show tomorrow. Superstars in your head when you're a kid and knowing that somebody is better, which is a very, very, very good comparison. Bro, I hope I finally get up on time to jump back on Inside the Huddle. I really do. I've been trying to make it there. By the time I get home, y'all are about 40 minutes in. I'm like, it don't make no sense for me to jump on no more because they'll be off in a little bit. So I really hope I get up on time to jump in with y'all. I miss doing Inside the Huddle with y'all.
Just open door policy. You can jump in whenever you will.
Whenever.
Yeah, but I be watching it. Y'all be in a groove, man. I don't be wanting to interrupt. I'm like, I'll sit this one out. But I damn sure gonna be in them comments, and you know I'm gonna be in them comments. We're off Saturday and Sunday. What do y'all still do the Patreon?
We working on
Saturdays? Yes,
sir.
Okay.
Which still in the kitchen right now.
Okay, so we're off Saturday and Sunday here from the sidelines. Monday, you'll be back with the boys in Troy, with the boys being me, Moo, Boo Wop. I know I missed this past Monday. I had a lot going on at work. I just got promoted to supervisor, and I'm asking to work the longer hours right now. So, I'll be back Monday with basket to basket with us, and We got everything coming from the playoffs. We're going to probably do a couple of older stuff. And I'm pretty sure in the next couple of weeks after the finals are over, we'll get back into doing the game of the week every week. Of course, Wednesday, you want to make sure and check out our show, my show, Moo Show. I'm very comfortable in saying Moo Show now too, because Moo's always there for the most part. Gentlemen's Talk. Me, Moo, Rod. Moo, you want to definitely be on this week. Me, Moo, Rod, GQ, Outlaw. And of course, finally, we have the Beyonce debate coming up. So, Mel, if you want to jump on too, go ahead and jump on. We finally got to be on. London has cleared his schedule to be on Wednesday to talk about where Beyonce should be cemented in history. And I don't give a damn about the Beehive, and nobody on this panel right here gives a damn about the Beehive. We're going to bring the facts. And like I said this week, I'm a DJ, so my bias is facts. I don't care.
Absolutely.
And of course, next week, Thursday, we'll be right back here with PVT, with Moo and Willie, who wasn't here today, and most likely me as well, with PVT. So we appreciate all the love we've been getting. We have been moving up in subscribers. We've been moving up in likes on all platforms. We appreciate everybody in the comments, because the comment section has been popping on a lot of these shows now.
Absolutely.
Especially on Inside the Huddle, especially on Gentlemen's Talk, Basket to Man, look, we going up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And you again, make sure, you know something I don't ever say, make sure you hit that notification bell when you subscribe and put all notifications.
Right. Yes, sir.
Just not spontaneous. All of them. With that said, I'm DJ Micah B. I'm out. Go ahead, Mel. Take it away.
Mel, final thoughts.
I don't really got nothing to say after that. Like, that's pretty much covered all the bases. Like I said, just, me and Moo, we're gonna be back at it tomorrow inside the huddle. Just a little taste of what the show is gonna be about tomorrow. My favorite player when I was little, not say little, but when I was a younger Melvin, Dave Meggett. I didn't realize how mid Dave Meggett was, but fuck all of y'all. You couldn't tell me shit. He was the best running back in the league, if you ask me. Okay? But that's what the show is supposed to be about. When you're little, you don't know what a star is. You just see somebody that you like. Like, you say, whatever it is, that person you just gravitate to that person and you stick with them. And Dave Meggett was my guy. So, hey, we're going to talk about it tomorrow.
To be young and innocent.
I definitely feel that. I definitely understand that sentiment. We definitely get into that tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in to PVT next Thursday. Make sure you guys tune into, like my boy DJ Michael B said, the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, tapping in. Appreciate everybody in the comments. Appreciate everybody that was watching in the background, didn't have anything to say in the comments. And remember, if you want to be a guest, don't be shy, don't be scared. It's only the camera. We would love to have you. We'd love to have you up here, talk sports, talk a little shit, get your shit off, whatever, promote whatever
Big
you got
facts.
going on. And we'll go from there. Appreciate everybody for sliding through today. We will see y'all later. Peace.
Girl, you rockin' like